Vincent Thomas wanted to sell a beautiful vintage Royal Australian Air Force Wirraway aircraft. The aircraft had been cared for impeccably over the years, and it had done just 4 hours since its last major engine replacement. Mr. Thomas wanted $250,000 for this beautiful old plane. He thought he had a potential buyer who would pay $220,000, but for one reason or another he decided to list the aircraft on eBay with a minimum bid of $150,000. Mr. Smythe wanted to purchase the aircraft. He contacted Mr. Thomas and asked him if he would accept an immediate deposit of $10,000 and then the balance some weeks later. The court found that Mr. Thomas agreed. Mr. Smythe, following standard eBay protocol, put in an initial bid at the reserve price of $150,000. His was the only bid, and so when the auction was over, he had purchased the plane for $150,000. Mr. Thomas, needless to say, was not happy. He had wanted $250,000 for the plane. He thought he had a buyer at $220,000, and yet on eBay the plane had gone for just $150,000. He refused to sell, and Mr. Smythe sued to enforce the contract. Mr. Thomas argued that there was no contract. He said that he had an agreement with eBay, and Mr. Smythe had an agreement with eBay, and that eBay could take action by, for instance, cancelling their user membership, but that he and Mr. Thomas did not have a contract directly between them. The court found otherwise. Justice Raines said, "In circumstances where both the buyer and the seller agree to accept the terms and conditions of eBay, I see no difficulty in treating the parties as having accepted that the online auction will have features that are both similar and different to auctions conducted in other forums." He went on to say, "The automatic close of bidding at a fixed time and the generation of an eBay advice headed 1 appear to have been accepted by the parties to an eBay auction as the equivalent of the fall of the hammer in a traditional auction. As a result, it's now clear that in online auctions there is a contract created between the buyer and the seller, where the buyer makes an offer by their bid and the offer is accepted by the closing of the auction. At that time, the outcome is binding on both parties."